Uh, I have to come back to you guys in a moment. Listening to Fado and Josh. They had a nice little podcast going. Podcast. Okay. I think we're good to go. All right. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay. We're back with another live stream on GT7. Not exactly sure I'm going to race, but I definitely wanted to talk some more about some of the controversy surrounding this game. I've really been struggling with this for the last couple of days on whether I was going to do this or not, because the controversy surrounding this game, I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer, a negative Nancy, and make stream after stream regarding the controversy, regarding the microtransactions, because after a while, that I think it feels clickbaity. It feels like you're trying to take an opportunity to gain some views on the situation, but some of the things about this game definitely doesn't sit in well with me. And when I spoke about it before, I didn't 100% give my personal feelings about it. I was showing you guys the microtransactions and the controversy surrounding this game from the standpoint of letting you guys see for yourself and deciding whether or not you would want to get this game. But I haven't really had any desire to play this game this weekend. The microtransactions, the low payout, the entire economy of this game, I think is pretty vicious. I think the economy of this game is the worst that I've ever seen in a racing game. J Dog, what's up? He said they should have rewarded everyone with some credits for the game for being down for so long, at least anyway. You know why that's not going to happen? And I mean, I didn't even want to jump straight into that, but okay. So let's talk about why they went down in the first place. Low Main Laces said, I think we're all very disappointed. I'll never be able to grind enough to get the cars that I thought that I bought the game to drive. They are at risk of everyone tossing it aside. How you been, J-Dog? And Low Main, you're absolutely right. So let's talk about why it was down. Putting it in my opinion, from the outside looking in, there was bugs in this game. But the biggest problem is people were farming credits. They were finding ways to get credits for minimal effort. Because, in my opinion, the payouts must have been low enough that people felt like they had to do that to get credits, to get a decent payout, that they had to circumvent the system that they put in place. So I think a big reason for that update was to try to stop the farming. And then it was down for, I guess they came out with the update. Oh boy. They came out with an update and it broke the game. So they had to take the game offline in order to address it. And that was one of the things that got people grumbling right there too, was that while the game was offline, you couldn't play the game at all. I guess Music Rally was like the only thing you could do. You couldn't continue on with your cafe. You couldn't do online races. You couldn't do single player races. I guess the music rally was the only thing you could do. J-Dog, you said the always online is just ridiculous. This is part of that DRM that Sony, that people were saying. Remember how people got upset at Microsoft for the digital rights management, and then Sony came out with that quick thing where like, this is how you loan a game to a friend, and then just handed them to them. They were trying to take a shot at Microsoft for their DRM implementation, and then they slowly put the shit in themselves to where we're at right now. Sony has already said that they were looking to, I think they had already said this generation they were looking to do more live service games, and I think this is what they had in mind as far as live service games, because this game, the way it's structured, the economy puts you in a position where you're not gaining anything. You're not really gaining any money. The game puts you in a position. Sony are hypocrites in that regard. You would be exactly right. This game puts you in a position where races, they basically suggest that you bring the PP up to meet the criteria of what the races are. So when you upgrade your car, you end up spending more money than you get for a reward for the payout, which is bullshit. And I'll show you that stuff in a second. So anyway, the game comes back up online after they get everything resolved, and when it comes back up online, people are saying that the payouts have been drastically reduced. In some cases, they've been cut in half. And the reason why I think Sony did that, I think when Sony did that, because I think this is more Sony's call than it is Polyphony Digital's. Kazunori Yamauchi, I don't really think this was his call. I think he is truly passionate about cars and wants to share it with the world. And I think this situation with Polyphony Digital was the same shit that Activision did to Bungie when Bungie was putting all kinds of crazy microtransactions into Destiny 2. I think that was Activision's call, and I think that was the reason why Bungie wanted to get away from Activision. I mean, because when Bungie got away from Microsoft and hooked up with Activision, from a monetization standpoint, they basically jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire. So back to this situation right here, I think this was Sony's call more so than Polyphony Digital's. And so in that sense, I do feel bad for Kazunori Yamauchi, because again, I think this man is really, really passionate about racing and about cars, and I think he wanted to share it with the world. And I think if what I believe about this man to be true, I think it truly pained him to have to put these monetization schemes in the game. So anyway, what I think Sony was trying to say, Sony was trying to send a message with the reduced payouts. I think the way Sony treated it is that with everybody farming credits, that's money that was being taken away from them, from people not having to buy microtransactions because of credits. So I think with the reduced payouts, I think that was Sony's way of saying, okay, we're going to get that money back. That money that you guys farmed, we're going to get that money back. We're going to reduce the payouts, therefore, tightening the grip on you guys and further steering you towards microtransactions to get whatever cars you want. And then the crazy part about it is, like, some of these exotic cars, I think you have to be invited to buy the car. And when you do get invited to buy the car, you only have a few days to act on it. And then the car costs an exuberant amount of money that you would... The car costs an exuberant amount of money, and you would never be able to grind out that much money in the 3 days that they give you to buy the car. So let's so we're going to jump into we're going to break this thing down. I know you guys have seen this before. We're going to break it down again, because this monetization scheme goes across the board. It's not just the cafe. It's even in the online on the daily races, the monetization scheme even reached that part, which I think that is like downright despicable. So the way this game looks to me, it feels like a combination of Forza Motorsports 2 and Star Wars Battlefront 2. It feels like Forza Motorsports 2 from the standpoint of being able to upgrade your cars, pay for upgrades and stuff like that. I think for the casuals, that's fine. For the racing purists like me, it's not my thing, but I don't really have a problem with people paying for upgrades. Let's see here. It's either we farm credits or find a new game. I don't know many people willing to pay upwards of $100 just to drive cars in the game they already paid $70 for. Yeah, but another reason why I'm not like completely outraged about this is that Assetto Corsa Competizione is my preferred racing game. That's the game that I play when I want to get serious about racing. GT7 was supposed to be that game that I would play whenever I wanted to have fun. And this monetization scheme, in my opinion, is taking the fun out of it. So it feels like, again, it feels like Forza Motorsports 2 from the standpoint that you can pay for upgrades, but it feels like Star Wars Battlefront 2 from the standpoint was that this is the big move that Sony was playing, that they were planning on. Because when you go back to Star Wars Battlefront 2, in my opinion, was going to be the biggest Star Wars game ever created. The Star Wars universe touches everybody on the planet. I think EA was counting on this game being so big that it was going to draw in everybody. And that's where they were going to make their big move with the microtransactions, because they were planning to nail everybody, not just a certain person. I did not care with Star Wars Battlefront 2. I did not care for the campaign, but I give credit where it's due. I absolutely loved the multiplayer, but it was discovered the monetization scheme that they had in place. Not Sony, but EA made a bunch of excuses, and Disney told them to shut that shit off. And I think the reason why Disney told EA to shut that shit off with the microtransactions is because that new Star Wars movie was about to release, and they didn't need that negative press surrounding the movie. The movie came out, it passed. Once the hype died down about that movie, EA slowly started putting the microtransactions into Star Wars Battlefront 2. I think here you got the same situation. GT7 was going to be the biggest GT Gran Turismo game of them all. This was the game that was going to attract everybody, because they did structure this game to try to cater to everybody. People who like drifting, you can drift. Those who like the dirt rally type games, you can dirt rally race. Those who like the road racing like me, you got that. And then there's those who like more realistic physics, so they changed the physics around that, in my opinion, to try to be more realistic and cater to the hardcore. So this game caters to everybody in that aspect. So this game draws in everybody from every genre, from every walk of automobile life. So this was the game that they were going to make their big move on and try to monetize the shit out of every single person that touches this game. That's what EA was trying to do with Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah, Snake Doctor, Sony approved this mess. And I said that a few minutes ago, that Kazunori Yamauchi, who's director over at Polyphony Digital, I don't think this was his call. I think, I think he's passionate about cars and wants to share it with the world. So I don't think this was his call. And I think it probably pained him to have to put these microtransactions into the game. So here, let me see here what we got here. Snake Doctor, that's what we did in all GT games, farm credits. Why make it harder? So before I go any further, if like you guys that are in here, that's great. You guys are kind of in line with what I say, but if you're a person who's a Sony fan, and you kind of lash out at me and be like, well, if you don't like it, why are you playing the game? If you say something like that, then you're a hypocrite, because supposedly the PlayStation community holds Sony to a higher standard, and they supposedly take pride in holding Sony accountable, and they feel like that's why we get quality products from Sony, because we will hold them accountable for putting out bullshit. And they say, and they are the same ones that go off and say that Xbox is getting trash games over there because they don't support the platform and they don't demand better. So that's why they're getting the trash that they're getting over there. Well, and they claim that over here on the PlayStation side, we get quality games because we hold them to a higher standard, and we demand better, and we will put their backs up against the wall if they put out bullshit. So if anybody is one of those people that want to come in and chastise me and be like, well, if you don't like the game, don't play it. No, I'm speaking up about it because I was one of those people that criticized Microsoft when they put loot crates in Forza 7. I was one of those people who criticized EA when they tried to put in that pay to win scheme with the star cards. Although I didn't play Destiny, I was still one of those people that was looking at Bungie shifty-eyed when all that stuff was going on, but more so Activision, because I think it was more Activision's call than it was Bungie's. So I can't let Sony slide. Fata Mephisto was good. Hey, I listened to a big chunk of that podcast with you and Josh. Pretty good podcast. Can you show me what's going on with this game with the microtransactions? I was just about to get to that. I was just about to get to that because I was going to show everybody again. So, but I just needed to get my little 2 bits out and basically tell everybody that if you're one of the people who criticizes me for speaking out and you're a Sony fan, you're a hypocrite. Lomain, you says, make it make sense to me how any car in the game could ever cost 18 million credits. That's equal to $180. I'm a weekend warrior. I could never stack that many credits at one time. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, Lomain. So if you get an invite, like over here at Brand Central, you see the invite I got right there, right? You have an invitation to buy a specific car. So let's see where that invitation is at. The invitation might be expired. Okay, so let's just use Ferrari for example, because they got a car in there that costs some crazy money. Let's go into Ferrari. Let's go into the showroom. So this car right here is 3.6 million credits. When you getting a payout on these races, if you're getting a payout for like 30,000 for first place for a race that was 10 laps and it took you a half hour to run that race, and you only play the game about an hour or 2 a day, and then this car right here has an invitation envelope next to it. So I think this is a situation where you might have to be, nope, you have to get an invitation to buy this car. So when you get the invitation to buy this car, you got 3 days to move on this car. And when you look at my credits up here, I got 1.76 million. I got 1.7 million credits. So to buy this car, I would need another 2 million credits. And if there's no way I'm going to grind 2 million credits in 3 days, because when you get an invitation to buy a rare car, that's your window. You got a 3-day window to buy this car. So where does that put me at? I would have to buy credits. So let's right here. So let's go top off my credits. If I want to top off my credits. So right here, you got 100,000 credits for $2.50. What the fuck is that going to do? Right here, 2 million credits for $20. And here's where the fucked up part is. That car costs $3 million. So you would have to buy this $2 million credit twice in order to have enough money to buy that $3 million car. On GT Sport, it wasn't like this. So let's go back. Let's go back into the game. Yeah, Fatal 2 credits for $20. So let's go back to Brand Central. Yeah, holy fuck. So let's go back to where we were at. Let's go back to Ferrari. Again, $3 million for this car. And on licenses are done and cafe completed. Board now. Hey, Jay Harper, I'm not even sure I even want to finish the cafe now, because this game just left a bad taste in my mouth. And this game was 90. This game, being able to play this game on the upcoming PlayStation VR 2 was like 95% of the reason why I even bought a PS5 in the first place. So now, because of the monetization scheme of this game, I really don't have that much of a taste to want to play this game anymore. The only thing left is to play this game in VR. And I'm not even sure I'm going to want to play this game when the VR comes out. I mean, there's been some things that's been suspect about this PS5 since this damn generation has started. Like, for instance, these Sony Pulse headphones that I'm wearing, they're $100. They sound good, but they don't sound any different than any other any other quality headphones that I've tried before. In fact, I've showed you guys this before. These are the Sony Gold headphones that I have for the PS4. These headphones are incredible. They're amplified headphones. They sound unbelievable. In fact, I think they sound better than these Pulse headphones that I'm wearing. The only thing is this plastic halo across the top is cheap, and it broke right here, and I had to tape the shit out of it. And as you guys can see, it broke right there. So I would have to retape it, but these things still work and they still sound amazing. These were worth the $100 that I paid for them, aside from this shit breaking. But these Pulse headphones that I'm wearing, they don't sound any different than any other quality headsets that's out there. You know, the Turtle Beaches and shit like that, or the Steel Series. They don't sound, they don't sound any different from those. But anyway, I'm going off the tracks, coming back to this situation. So with GT Sport, this car right here is 3.6 million credits, right? If this was GT Sport, all you would do is just simply pay $5 and buy the car, and that would be the end of it. With GT Sport, they put microtransactions into the game about halfway through the life cycle of the game. I think about a year or two after the game came out, Sony put microtransactions into GT Sport. But I defended it because the microtransactions wasn't over the top. Cars on there, if you didn't want to grind for them, you could simply buy them, and the cars cost anywhere from 99 cents to $5. So if this would have been GT Sport, this is a car that probably would have cost $3, $4, even $5, and that's it, and you're done. But this shit right here, they making you basically paying $40 for a car that would have cost you $5 on GT Sport. So now we got to the part where it's ridiculous. $18 million in credits for a car that makes a car NTF. And then the fucked up part about this is, as you guys see, the car, if you look in the lower right hand corner, the car has an envelope on it. And it says it right there. An invitation is required to purchase this car. So when I get the invitation to be able to buy this car, because it is like that in real life. You can't just walk into a Ferrari dealer and buy this car. You have to be invited to buy the car. They don't care how much money you got. You have to get invited to buy the car. So they did it here. But when you get invited to buy the car, you got a 3-day window to buy the car. And if you have absolutely zero credits, who the hell is going to be able to grind 3.6 million credits in 3 days? Even with the generous payout that they had on GT Sport, it would still take me about 3 days to grind for about $1 million. So now that we're talking about the payout, let's go there. So let's go check out some of these races. So, yeah, it's terrible, Andy B. It's awful. Keto Merrill, you said $40? You sure, bro? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, you saw it, right? You saw that car was $3.6 million, right? Let me show you again. Let me go up here. Okay, you see that I got 1.7 million credits right there, Keto. Let's just say, for the sake of making my point, let's just say I don't have any money. Let's just say I have 0 credits. I want to buy that Ferrari. When I get the invitation to be able to buy that car, I got 3 days to come up with the money to get that car. I'm not going to be able to earn it in 3 days. So you got to top off and go buy the microtransactions, which here we are again. Right there on the end. $20 for 2 million credits. The problem is that car costs $3.6 million. So that means I would have to buy this $20 microtransaction twice. That's $40. You are essentially buying that Ferrari for $40 of real money. Snake Doctor, you said they need to reverse the changes to the credits earned and cut the microtransactions by 75%. I think they need to take it back to where it was at on GT Sport. So now let's go back to the races. Now that I've seen 5K races, maximum 30K race. Yep. And that's what I'm about to show people. So let's go over here. Let's start with the World Circuits right here. This is like after you get your menu book, right? They give you your menu book and he says, I want you to go and get these. I want you to get these particular cars. So let's go in here. So for this particular situation, I'm going to the Americas. I think I've already done 2 of the races and I needed to do 1 more. So we go over here. You see that? You see the yellow highlighted, objective. So I have to do a race here at Daytona International Speedway, right? Jay Harper, hold on. Jay Harper, you said the grind is impossible, man. The touring car, 700 to 800 races. I can't even make podium either. So getting credits is impossible for me. And Baser, they need to let you sell cars. Will make life a little bit easier. Even if they let you sell cars, they would like okay, like Forza Motorsports 2. You buy a car and you sell it back to the dealership. They only gave you half your money back. I thought that was a little bit harsh, but in real life, you buy a car for $20,000. The minute you drive that car off the lot, it depreciates. If you drive that car off the lot and then a week later you bring it back and say you want to trade it in, they only going to give you $16,000 for that car. So that being said, if they allowed you to sell your car back on GT Sport, now from what I understand, I guess you can sell the cars back. Jay Harper, subscribe. Thanks a lot. But I want to warn you about my channel. I'm a sim racer, and I sim race in VR. Here's my VR headset. I do a set of Corsa Competizione, and I race in VR because I absolutely love that game. I'm a big fan of the Gran Turismo franchise, and again, this game, along with the upcoming PlayStation VR 2, to be able to play this game in VR, because there's nothing like that. There's no experience like racing in VR, actually being inside the car and seeing a car right next to you going down, down a straightaway at about 180 miles an hour, and there's a car right next to you, so close you can reach out and touch it. There's no experience like that. I'm already experiencing it on PC. I got a ton of games that I can race in VR. Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa, Project Cars 2, Race Room, iRacing. All those games I can race in VR. And GT Sport, I also race that in VR, although it's limited. We won't get into that because it would take too long. But GT7 and being able to race this on the upcoming PlayStation VR 2 is 95% of the reason why I even bought a PS5. Because I'm a VR guy. Most of like 95% of the games that I play are VR games. So with that being said, I have plenty to watch. I have plenty to play on PC. So if it really got down to it, other than the Sony exclusives, I don't even need a PS5. You know, I can pretty much get everything I need off of PC. So anyway, let's get back to this. Let's get back to the task at hand and talk about the payout, this bullshit payout in this vicious ass system where they put you in a position where you spend money. Okay, so this race right here, I need to come in third place or higher, right? And the PP is no limit. So you can juice your car up as much as you want. But, okay, so they recommend, if you see it up there, it says suggested PP in that green box is 700 PP. So, and then right there where it's flashing red, they're saying you got to use a road car, is that you got to use a production car. You can't use a race car. So I have to go in here and change my settings. So for the sake of making my point, because this Mustang GT that I got right here, it has a PP of like 674, so it's kind of close. But for the point of making my case, let's go with a car that is well under the 700 PP. Let's go with this Mustang. So this Mustang that I'm using is 302 horsepower and the PP is 428. Your natural reaction would be that this car does not have enough PP to compete against the other cars. So your natural reaction is to go to the tuning shop and buy racing tires, buy racing brakes, racing rotors, you know, the electronic box, you know, that controls all the shit in the car. Well, this is an old car, a racing transmission. And when you get done spending all that money, okay, look at that payout right there, right? Because we're going to go ahead and spend money just to show you guys. First place is 30,000 credits, you guys see, right? This is a 4-lap race. This car is severely underpowered. The PP is 428. Now, we're going to take this car. Actually, let's do another car so I don't have to spend so much money. Let's take this Corvette. It has a PP of 612. It's still, you would think that with a suggested PP of 700, you would think that this car does not have enough to keep. Now remember what that payout is. 30,000 for first place, and you have to finish third place or better to accomplish the mission. Third place is 12,000 credits. Remember that. Now, let's take this car to the tuning shop. And let's pay to put the PP over 700. Let's see how much money we end up spending. So we're going to go to the tuning shop. Okay. Let's go to the extreme. Let's put so we got racing intermediate tires. No, let's go here. Okay, look. Already got racing soft tires. You know what? Already juiced this car up. Let's go back and get a car that I haven't juiced up yet. Yeah, this game is broken, Elvis. Let's go back and get a car that I haven't juiced up yet. So remember, we need a road car. I want to get a car that I haven't juiced up yet. Let's go back and use one of those cars that they recommend for this race. 100K for nitrous? Yeah, Keto. Ridiculous. Okay, let's go back. So all right, let's go with this Camaro. This SS. The PP is 553. Well short of the 700 that they recommend. So let's take this car to the shop. So we go to the shop. Naturally, we're going to need some racing shit on here to have a chance. So we go down here. Look at that. Racing soft tires is $37,000. So I'm paying $37,000. All right, let's buy him. $37,000. Keep your calculators out. So that just brought my PP up to 616. We still well short. Let's see here. What else can we put on here? A fully customizable racing transmission. Here's the thing, Neil. You saying just buy soft tires. The problem is I just bought the racing soft tires. Those tires were $37,000, but the payout for this race is $30,000. I'm losing $7,000, and that's assuming that I finish in first place. If I come in third, the payout is only $12,000. So I would end up losing $25,000. This is a vicious monetization scheme. Now, we got the tires right. Now, if I wanted to put this transmission on here, this racing transmission, it's $20,000. You said you don't need racing. The sports soft are enough. You're missing the point that I still have to buy something to bring this car within 700 pp of the recommended for that race. The point I'm trying to make is for those that don't really know what they're doing, like me, I'm a hardcore sim racer. I do a set of Corsa Competizione. I got enough skills that I can race without having to buy anything for my car and still finish in the top 3. But for people who can't drive and for people that's pushing the panic button and be like, oh shit, I need to get my car up to 700 pp to have a chance, they're going to run out and spend a bunch of money to jack the car up. So, hold on. God is the creator of all things. Jesus is the son of those who sacrifice for the forgiveness of all evil deeds. Okay, I'm a little lost on that. So anyway, if I buy that transmission, it's $20,000 and it only jacks up my PP by 7. So what I was doing was trying to look for cheaper alternatives. Okay, so okay, here we go with some racing rotors, the disc brakes. Let's see. That'll bring me up to 633. So that's worth it to spend the $3,000 for that. But that brings the total that I spent. Up to 40,000 so far. All right, here's a racing muffler. That brings me up to 636. Said Keto, I'm new to the GT series. How hard are the races to finish? Honestly speaking, can you tell me how to get top 3 in Daytona GT3 races? You know what? Keep that in your back pocket, Elvis. We'll come back to that. Because actually, when we go to the daily race, I'll show you how to minimize the damage with that. So if I want to put this racing exhaust on here, it's $9,000. Now we up to $49,000. Engine balance tuning, $24,000. That brings my PP up to 645. You guys get the point. So if I would have bought this would have brought me up to $63,000, and I still gotta keep boosting the car up. Said Neil, what you saying here? I played all GT, and this GT isn't really made for casuals, except now they are nerfed the credits. I never thought I'd see the day where microtransactions attack Gran Turismo too. What's your opinion? I don't think I've said this a few times before you came in here. I don't think this is Kazunori's call. I think he's passionate about cars. I've said that before a couple times already before you got here. I think he's passionate about cars, and I think he wants to share it with the world. And I don't think this was his call to put the microtransactions in here. I think it was Sony's call. The same way with Activision, when Bungie put those ridiculous microtransactions on Destiny 2, I think that was Activision's call and not Bungie's. Even the same thing with I can't remember who developed Battlefront 2. The multiplayer on Battlefront 2 is amazing. That was EA's call to put those microtransactions in there with the bullshit star card, loot boxes. So anyway, you guys get the point. I would have to spend about $100,000 to bring this car up to a 700 pp to be able to compete in that race. You're expected to tune your car if you want to catch up to first. Oh, shoot. No, the tuning is for people who really know what they're doing. You see here, Cody Thompson said, I got to disagree, Neo. As an administrator for a league on GT, this game is tailored to both casual and serious racers as well. But I said that at the beginning. They made this game for everybody. The hardcore, they changed the physics to be more realistic to cater to the hardcore. You got drifting, so people who want to drift can do that. They got rally racing. So they got all the bases covered. So Gran Turismo 7 stands to be the biggest Gran Turismo game ever made, and it's going to bring in people from all areas. Do I drift? No. Top Dog, you should have bought a C6 ZR, not a base Camaro SS. No, I didn't buy that. I didn't buy that car, Top Dog. It was a gift card for winning a race. The reason why I brought this car out is to show you how much money I would have had to spend. So here we are again. Back to this race. Suggested PP 700. I already spent $49,000 to boost up this Camaro, and I'm still well short of the suggested 700 PP. What I'm trying to tell you guys is people who don't know about racing, the casuals, when they see that suggested 700 PP, they're going to go into a panic and automatically start spending money to try to bring their car up. What are your thoughts about the ridiculous custom race payouts? I haven't seen the custom. I've been hearing about it. It's crazy. So this is just for the single player shit. I spent $49,000 so far to boost this car up, but yet the payout is $30,000. Even if I come in first place, I still lost $19,000 for boosting this car up. It could have been a lot worse. If I would have used an even worse car, it would have been worse. Now, let's go. Let's stop playing GT7 and go back to GT Sport. My game is a set of Corsa Competizione. The big reason why I had to speak out against this game is because, one, I do care about the Gran Turismo franchise. I do like it. This game is the king of sim racers. There's a difference between being the king and being the best. This game is the king, based on this popularity. Assetto is better. Hey, I agree, Greg. I think Assetto Corsa Competizione is the best sim racer out there. That is my preferred game. I'm saying that GT7 is the king based on its legacy, based on its history, based on its user base. ACC is also a better option, Captain Awesomeness. Yeah, microtransactions are killing this game. Assetto Corsa Competizione. You buy a pack. That's the end of it. You buy a pack. It's got a few cars, got a couple tracks. This game has been out. ACC has been out. He said, yes, but without GT, there wouldn't be a set of courses. I don't know if I agree with that. Because tons of racing games have come and gone. I don't think any racing game will top the legacy of Gran Turismo. So let's go to the other part that really ACC is best on PC, not console. You were right about that. I have ACC on PC. I also have it on PS5. I think the PS5 version of ACC looks beautiful. The 60 frames per second, it runs buttery smooth. They just got to fix those bugs with the delta, the lap times, and all that stuff. They're gonna fix all that, and that's gonna be great. So let's go back. GT2. Boy, you guys are flooding me with the comments. I could hardly keep up with them. But I appreciate this, though. I mean, I haven't had a response like this in quite a while. So let's go over to the GT Sport, the racing part. And this is where more bullshit comes in. Okay, so let's jump on over here to the first GT came out in 1997. It was called Real Driving Simulator for a reason. It was the best of the racing games or other games. It was. I mean, but at the time that the first GT came out, there was a ton of other racing games because I'll be 55 years old here in May. I've been playing racing games in one form or another ever since I was a kid, all the way back to when I was 5 years old and my parents bought me slot racing tracks. The first video game that I've ever had, as far as a racing video game was a handheld that was about yay big called Digital Derby. Look it up. It came out in 1970. I think it came out in 1977. That started my journey down playing video games, racing video games. And then Intellivision came out. I loved the racing on that. The Atari 5200 had pole position. So sounds like you're clout chasing because you don't need to spend the money. All I did was get a car that's over the PP. No, it's not that simple. You said all you had to do was go back and get a car that's over the PP. No, it's not that simple. Let's go back. And no, I'm not clout chasing because I struggled with wanting to do this. This is shit been bothering me for a few days, whether to do it or not, because of your comment right there. But at the same time, I've said it before. I spoke out about Forza having loot boxes, Forza Motorsport 7. I spoke out against that. I spoke out about the microtransactions within Star Wars Battlefront 2. The situation with Destiny 2, I wasn't playing that game, so I wasn't really in a situation to jump up screaming about the microtransactions. But on the outside looking in, I thought it was egregious and I thought it was despicable. So that being said, I think I would be being a corporate shield, acting like this stuff isn't here. It's been a big topic. If you go, I haven't created 15 videos talking about these microtransactions. After this video, after I get done with this stream, this is probably the last time I'm going to address this because I'm probably not going to be playing this game that much from here on out because I've lost my taste for it. I'll, just more or less going to stick with a set of Corsa Competizione on PC, and then I'll play it on PS5 once they give us the update patch. So, because you're saying that I'm clout chasing and you don't have to spend money to juice the car up, let's go back because I'm going to show you. I want you to eat those words. Let's go back to that race. All right. Suggested PP is 700. I have to change cars. These are the cars that I can use that's eligible for that race. Which car in my lineup do you see that's over 700 PP? You tell me. Right here where the camera's at, that's the Camaro that's under there that I spent $49,000 juicing that car up, and I only brought it up to a 636 PP. Now, out of all these other cars that I have in my lineup, you show me which one of them is over 700 PP. If I'm a casual racer that don't know what the hell I'm doing, I go into a panic mode and think I got to go spend a bunch of money to juice the car up so it will meet that 700 PP and have a chance to win. I'm a hardcore racer, and I know that you can pick a car that will beat them. Like this Mustang right here, this Mustang GT. It has a PP of 674. I know that I can win with this car without having to juice it up because I've done it. But to the average racer who's not that good, that don't know, and especially when we're talking about racers that don't have a wheel setup like I have right here, that's using a controller, they don't know shit about racing. So they're a casual racer, so their natural reaction is going to be, I got to spend some money to make this car competitive. Dan Socks, what's up? So they're not paying attention to the horsepower, to the weight. They don't know shit about tuning cars. They don't know about tuning cars. All they see is that PP is 674. It's short of the 700. So they go into a panic and they go to the shop and buy racing tires for $37,000. They buy racing rotors for $3,000. They buy racing brake pads for another $3,000. And when you get done, and then let's go back, and then the payout right there is $30,000. Just the tires alone, just the racing tires is $37,000. Even if you win the race and win the $30,000, you're still out $7,000 because you bought those racing soft tires. So yes, I do know that it can be done. I do know because I've done it. On my last GT Sports stream, I've won races using the stock cars. And not because what I ended up finding out was that I was losing money. I was spending more money to juice these cars up than the payout. Once I realized that, I stopped juicing the car up and I would use the best car that's qualified for the race, and I was winning these races. But the average person don't know that. And the average person don't have the skills. Like I'm not trying to shoot my own shit. But this setup right here, I spent, for my entire setup, I spent close to $4,000 for all this shit. This wheelbase right here was $1,200. This rig that I'm sitting in is $800. My V3 pedals down here was almost $400. Here, let me shut this thing off. And show you this. My racing wheel right here with the quick release, this McLaren GT3 racing wheel. This wheel was $200. The metal quick release that attaches to it was another $100. That being said, I'm not going to spend that kind of money on racing equipment unless I've got some kind of skill. That being said, yes, I am good enough that I can win those races without having to juice the car up. I'm speaking of the average racer who only going to play this shit, 3 hours a week. Now that we got that shit out of the way, let's head back. Let's head back to the situation that I was about to speak of with the online daily races. That situation is not as egregious, it's not as bad, but it's still predatory in my opinion. Okay, so over here, race C. Race C, this is a Group 3 car. GT isn't for average racers. Yes, it is, because they cater to everybody. If GT wasn't for average racers, they wouldn't need to put these microtransactions in. That's who the target is. The target is the casual racers. They're surely not targeting somebody like me because I'm a hardcore racer and I don't need to pay for these microtransactions. That's who the target is. That's who the target was when EA put in those crazy ass microtransactions in Star Wars Battlefront 2. The target was the casuals. When Bungie put in those crazy microtransactions in Destiny 2, the target was the casuals because the casuals don't play games the way we do. They're not hardcore. They're not willing to grind. It's easier for them to just spend the money on microtransactions. So yes, the average racer was the target audience for this game. Although they catered to everybody with this game, the average racer was the target audience. And then the other thing about some casual people is some of these cars on this game is rare, and you're going to get a rare opportunity to buy these cars. So some people want to be able to buy this rare car knowing that a lot of other people don't have this car, so they can show that car off to somebody and say, look what I got. And some of them are willing to spend that money to buy that rare car and say that, look what I got here. So anyway, here we are. This is the daily race. GT has been around for 25 years. First of all, let's enter this race. Oh, I got to change cars. So let's get a car that's eligible, just so we can hurry up and get in here. It's too late. Entry period over. All right, let's go back. So this is a Group 3 race. The categories. It's got to be a Group 3 car. Horsepower. It's got to be 542 or less. Weight. It's got to be 2976 or higher. That's one of the problems right there. Let me show you my GT3 cars that I've got. Well, let's go back in here. Change cars. So these are the GT3 cars that I've got. I've got this Ford GT. This car originally weighed about 2,500 pounds. I had to spend 500 credits on a ballast to make it heavy enough to compete. Same thing with this Super GT. This Super GT, 2976. It wasn't heavy enough originally. So look at these cars right here. These cars have enough horsepower. So one of the problems is you're going to have to detune this car. You're going to have to turn the horsepower down to 142 so you can enter. The other problem is this car is not heavy enough. It weighs 2756. This one right here weighs 2723. Let's go with this car. It's not heavy enough. Right there. Said Lincoln just got here. Give me your pony car. Okay, look. So you guys see, the car's got too much horsepower to compete. So I have to go in the car settings. I've heard of weight reduction, not adding. Yes, Keto. So first of all, first things first. Let's detune this car. So I'm going to go over here to the ECU, and I'm going to take it down low enough. So the horsepower went down to 484. So I can turn it back up a little bit. 513, 519, 524, 536, 542 on the button. Okay, so I had to tune the car down to meet the horsepower. So now I'm at 542 horsepower. Now here's the other problem that I told you guys about. The car weighs 2,723 pounds. You need to have a car that's 2976 or higher. This car is ineligible because it's not heavy enough. So what does that mean? We have to go to the tuning shop. Mind you, this is a daily race. This is not a custom race. This is a daily race. So we have to go over here to the tuning shop. And right there, a ballast for adjusting vehicle weight. It's also effective for adjusting weight balance. So I have to buy that. It's only 500 credits, but it's the point that I have to spend some kind of credits to meet the eligibility. Oh, we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. 500 isn't bad. It's not. But we're not done yet. Pay close attention. Pay close attention. Now, I'm going to take you guys back to the race. Pay close attention. Oh, wait a minute. We got to go back to the daily race. Okay, so here we are. Well, the car's not heavy enough, so I have to go into the settings and I have to adjust the weight. Once you put ballast on, you can adjust the weight if needed without paying again. The point is, I shouldn't have to pay for that in a daily race. If this was a single player race, and this was a race where I was trying to get, cars to fill up my menu books in the cafe, that's one thing. But this is a daily race. You should never have to pay to meet the requirements in a daily race. So where are we at with the ballast? Because I know I did that once. Handbrake, ballast. There we go. Dude, that's how real racing is. Dude just saved me $70. I'll wait till it's so look. Now I got to make the car heavier. So now the car is heavy enough. No, it's not. It's 2956. I got to bring it up to 2976. So it's not heavy enough. Okay, 3131. We'll go with that just to make my point. It's heavy enough. Okay, so now the car is heavy enough. The car is 3,100 pounds. Now, here's the other situation. Tire choice. Why are people acting like you're using real money? Keep paying attention, Top Dog. Keep paying attention. Real racing isn't $37,000 for tires and $100K for NOS. Thank you, Keto. Keep paying attention. Lincoln, are you playing this in VR? No, it's not available in VR. And it won't be until PlayStation VR 2 comes out, which is rumored to come out about this time next year. So, car settings. You see where it says tire choice. You have a choice of racing hard. The IM is from intermediate. That's a combination of dry and wet tires or wet tires. You have a choice to use those. Here's where the problem comes in. So I go to my car settings. The car has racing hard tires on it. That's it. I don't have any other tires. You see down there, it says racing intermediate, racing heavy wet. No, I can't choose those. If I want to use those tires, I have to go buy them. Now, here's where the shitty part comes in. Listen carefully. This race does not say anything about weather. So if I go with those racing hard tires and it rains in the middle of the race, because this is a 10-lap race, if it rains in the middle of the race, I won't be able to put any wet tires on the car because I did not buy them. And we all know with racing tires, if the ground is wet, the car is going to slide all over the place. So to make sure I'm covered, it would be in my best interest to go out and buy the other two sets of tires, the intermediate tires and the wet tires. Now, let's go back to the shop and see how much those tires cost. Go to the tuning shop. Remember, I already got the racing hards because it came with the racing hards. If I want to make sure I'm covered, I still have to put the intermediate or buy the intermediates and the wets just in case it rains. Now, where we at? Okay, here we go. The intermediate tires right there, $28,000. Let me buy those just in case. $28,000. Here's the wet tires. I want to make sure that I'm covered in case it rains during that race. I want to make sure that I can pull into the pits and put wet tires on here. Let's buy those. Another $28,000. I just spent $56,000 on tires. Now, these intermediate tires, these are for wet, these are for mixed conditions, for wet and dry track conditions. What's the payout on the dailies? That's the other fucked up part, Keto. It doesn't tell you what the payout is. So let's go back. Let's go back to the daily race. You said they should come with all tires. That's the way it used to be in GT Sport. In GT Sport, when you jump into a daily race, if it's a Group 3 car, you pick a Group 3 car, you pick the tires you want, whether it's racing hard, soft, or medium tires. You pick whatever tires you want, and that's the end of it. You know, you can adjust the brake balance, the anti-lock brakes. You can adjust the traction control and all that stuff. That's cool. But this is a first where you have to buy, you know, where you put in a position where it would be advisable to buy tires. Because remember, this game now has dynamic weather, and it also has a weather radar. So if you see a storm coming, if you're in the middle of a race and you see a storm coming, oh shit, I'm fucked because I don't have any wet tires. You said that's not fucked up. It's actually more fun. I don't think that don't set in well with me. So now let's go to my car settings. Real racing is expensive as hell. GT trying to simulate that. Yeah, but the owners cover all that shit, you know, the tires and all that kind of stuff. So right here, now I'm covered. Now I got the intermediate tires in case it rains and then it dries up. I got the intermediate tires. Well, if it decides to rain, now I got the wet tires just in case. But, you know, I will start out with the racing hard tires. So now I'm covered. If it rains in the middle of the race, I can pull into the pits and put the wet tires on there that I spent $28,000 for. And then right here, it gives no information about the payouts. Now, from some of the videos that I've seen, I think the payouts for some of these daily races was like $5,000. I don't know what the payout is for this race because it's a group 3 race. Same here. It doesn't mention anything about the payout. So let's change cars just so I can get a car that's eligible. Because what I want to do is get in here and see if it shows what the payout is. You're in violation of the regulations, will not be able to enter this race. Wait a minute! This is fucked up! It's telling me that I cannot enter this race because of my tire choice. You have to choose comfort. That means I have to go back and buy comfort tires. Let's go back to the tuning shop for a fucking Volkswagen Beetle. I gotta put some tires on there to get into this race. And I gotta do it fast. I have to put comfort tires on here. You know what? And the thing about it was I wasn't even paying attention to what compound that it says to buy. I thought tires was free. No, the racing hard tires that it comes with is free. It's the other compounds that you have to pay money for. Now, so let's go down here. In this game, weather is a new feature, so it makes it more involved. That is fine with me, golfer, but to have to spend money for every race that I want to jump in? So now, it's telling me, oh, I need the comfort medium tires. So I got to spend $1,100 to get these comfort medium tires. Now, let's go back. Now I can enter this race because I have the proper tires because I went out and bought them. Now I can enter this race. Here's the problem. I get with naturally golfer, if you buy tires for the car, it's yours. It's yours forever for that particular car. What I'm trying to say is, you know what? I don't even plan to jump into this race. But to make my point, let's jump out of here. How much time before the race starts? Starts in 5 minutes. I may jump in it, maybe not. But so golfer, you talk about buying tires. Once you buy the tires, it's yours. That's fine. What I'm trying to say is, okay, right here, this is the Group 3 race. You guys saw how much money I spent to make my car eligible to get into that race. So what happens next week when the daily race is a Group 2 car, is a Group 2 race? Well, what do I got to do? Let's go to my garage and see if I have any Group 2 cars. Change cars. Sort by, let's sort by category. So right here, I have Group 3 cars. So I don't have a group. I don't have a Group 2 car. So the point I'm trying to make is, Lincoln, I'm treading on thin ice with the fan base. I knew that this stream was going to be, was going to be a mixed reaction. I knew there was going to be those who don't have a problem with it. There was going to be those who do have a problem with it. I just feel as a YouTuber, and for a person that might recommend this game to somebody, I think it is my obligation to reveal as much about this game that I know. If somebody comes to me and say, Lincoln, would you recommend GT7? I can't say, yes, you should buy this game. I'd have to tell them it's a good game, but there is an economy that's going to require you to spend a lot of credits, and you could run across a situation where you might have to buy credits with real money. And this is what I'm doing. Rather than telling you guys that, I'm showing it to you. So let's say the next daily race is a Group 2, race. So, I got to go back to Brand Central. GT Sport was a grind game if you won a lot of the cars. It was. The thing about it was the payouts were generous. And the microtransactions were not as egregious. Like, for instance, that Lewis Hamilton Mercedes. Let's go to Brand Central and see if they have that car. Oh, the only thing they have is the McLaren. They don't. So I'm not sure I'm seeing any Formula cars here. Let's see. Oh, I know. Let's go to Toyota because I think they got LMP cars there. Um, who else makes a Formula One car on here? Ferrari makes a Formula One car, but it wasn't on there. So I don't even know why I came here. So Honda used to make they were making Formula One cars, but they pulled out. Okay, so this is a Group 2 car right here. So we'll just use this to make my point. Let's say next week's daily race is a Group 2 car. I don't have a Group 2 car. Well, I can buy it for 800,000. Oh shit, I don't got any money. So, let's say I got $0. This car is $800,000, right? Remember that price tag. Remember that price tag. This Group 2 car is $800,000. Let's. Oh, you know what? I could have stayed there. I could have stayed there. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. I didn't have to leave. Okay, so this Group 2 car is $800,000. Oh shit, I don't have any money. I gotta go. Either I gotta go earn the shit, or I can simply go top them off with microtransaction. Well, let's go back to the store so I can top off my credits. Oh, look at that shit. That car costs $800,000. This 750 is not going to be enough. Oh shit, I got to jump over here and get this 2 million credits to have enough money to buy that $800,000 car. The prices of the car in these microtransactions don't match up. They overlap one another. So you buy something, you want to buy something, but you have to buy a higher microtransaction than needed to make sure you're covered. So you buy this $20 microtransaction for 2 million credits. You buy that car for 800 credits, 800,000 credits. It leaves you with 1.2 million credits. Well, what happens when you see a car that you want that costs 1.5 million? Oh shit, you got to come back and buy some more microtransactions unless you want to grind for it. And the average person is not going to grind for it. They're going to buy the microtransactions. So, yeah, Andy B, all that shit that I just said, and you still have to tune the car. Whoops. Gotta call these people back. That's weird. If you want fries with that burger, it's another $40. Oh boy. So, but you guys get the point. This is a monetization scheme. Doesn't exactly set in well with me. Moving forward, I just don't know how much I'm going to be playing this game. Any tips for winning Daytona GT3 race and World Circus? I keep coming in last. The only thing I can tell you here, because the car that everybody seems to be using is the Audi R8. Change cars. This car right here, this Audi. So this car seems to be the car of choice for this particular Group 3 race. So with that being said, this R8, you get this car. You don't have to buy this car. Once you fill up enough menu books, they give you this car. So they're giving you a legitimate car here. So this would be your best bet. If you already have this car, in my opinion, use this car and just detune it so it meets the requirements, and then spend that 500 credits to get a ballast to add enough weight so the car can compete. I guess just for the shit of it, we'll do a lap or two. Oh, something else. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you. I noticed something else too. I'll show you guys. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I was about to go into the pits. Okay. Damn, feel like I got virtually no force feedback. I want to show you guys something else that they did. Okay, right here. This is one of the updates that they did. Let me show you guys right here. Look up at the map. This is the bus stop. What people were doing was they were cheating and they were cutting across the bus stop, dead across the grass. Like right here, they was cutting dead across, and instead of following the track, they were cutting across the grass straight ahead right here. I noticed that they put barriers up now, so you can't cut across the bus stop like people were in the beginning. So I take my hat off to them on that. So and so another thing that they were doing was right here, when they were coming out of the bus stop, this section right here, they were cutting across the grass. Well, they put that barrier right there. Now you can't cut across that grass anymore on the bus stop. So, hey, I give them a thumbs up on that one. Ah! Well, you guys want to see it, I will go ahead and enter this race. It starts in about 30 seconds. Hell, why not? Why not? Got to put on my racing shoes real quick. Got to put on my Pumas. What's everybody's PS5 handle? Mine is Lincoln. I think it's Lincoln underscore Clay 670. Where am I at on here? Because I think I'm definitely starting last. "17 seconds till warm up ends." What's the point? All right. Oh, you know what? I need to put. Let me see if it'll let me go to my settings. Because I need to put the hard tires on here. What's the payouts? I have no idea. The payout's $10,000, but yet I spent what, $56,000 for the tires, for the intermediate and the wet tires. You knew that was going to happen. We probably got about 2 more laps that I can do, then I got to come in for fuel. Damn it. It's a 10-lap race. And I got to serve a penalty. Yeah, I was trying to carry too much speed into the bus stop. Now I got hit with a 1-second penalty. Oh well. Damn it, a 5-second penalty! Oh shit! Oh my God. What the hell was that? Oh, I got bumped. Come on, dude, quit bumping me. $18 million credits. Oh my God. He caught up to me. I see his lights. I think I made this car too heavy. I think I made this car about 150 pounds too heavy. I'm just scaring the passenger. All right. Damn it! That's gonna be a penalty. 2-second penalty. There you got me. Oh, wait a minute. He's doing this shit on purpose. Let's see if he try to block me off again. Ass white. One second, my guy. Oh shit, I gotta go back to my regular view. Shit! Lost track of my damn braking marker. Sorry, folks. I've done better. I gotta come in for fuel anyway. I'm gonna take my chances. I'm not gonna change the tires. I need to shorten this pit stop. Oh shit. Why so much fuel last lap? Fact of the matter was, I wasn't even paying attention to what lap I was on. If I would have known that, I would have stayed out there for the last lap. I wasn't paying attention to what lap it was. I was so busy being distraught that I went off the track and hit that barrier that, first of all, I lost track of where I was at on the track. I thought I was coming around another curve and I didn't realize I was coming up on the bus stop. Once I hit that bus stop, once I hit that barrier and went off the track, that just threw me all out of whack. And at that point, I lost track of what lap I was on. So I'm actually thinking about doing this race again and go back and take a little bit of weight off the car so I can bring the weight down to the required 2976. Wait a minute, I got 9,100 credits for that? Although I spent 56,000 on tires, I got 9,100 credits? Wow. Oh, and a roulette ticket. Oh, wonder what that'll get me. Let me see. I might have to enter this race one more time. Yeah, let's go ahead and enter this. We're going to do this one more time. But we got to take some weight off of it. Ballast, where we at? What's my weight? 3126. 3108. 3080. We're gonna get it down to that 2976. $29.26. We got to go up. All right, I think we're good to go. Are you kidding me? A half a second penalty in qualifying? Yeah, we'll do this last race and then I'll shut it down. right, I'll take care of that guy in a second. Well, thank you, Jay. Hit that damn grass. I think you gave me too much credit too soon, Jay. Spoke too soon. I was trying to carry too much speed. Like right there, let off the brakes too much. Anyway, let me take care of this bot real quick. It proceeded to flood my chat. Let's see, hi user from this channel, goodbye. All right. Well, the race, no sense in trying to, the race is going to start in 20 seconds, so no sense in trying to turn in a lap. So, all right, we good. I just wanted to make sure we were on the racing hards. Gaming night was good. How you doing? That wasn't much of a warm up. All right, this is gonna be pretty much my last race of the night, I think. Yeah, it's already 10 o'clock. So I'll do a low fuel motorsports race on a set of course de competizione later on this week. It'll probably have to be Tuesday because I got to go to my go help my son with a problem with his computer tomorrow. Oh, knucklehead bumped into me. Another knucklehead bumped into me. Oh, come on! Well, I'm gonna make up for it in the pits. I'm not gonna change my tires. Shit. Doing 10 laps yourself? All right. God damn it! Man, what is up with these people rear-ended you? Just what I need, a fucking penalty. Oh my God, another 2 seconds tacked on. Oh my God. That hurt. God damn it! I had it. That he clipped me and sent me right into the barrier. I had it with these motherfuckers. And then I'm gonna fuck around and get a penalty for that shit. I don't think he got a penalty for that shit. So now the penalty system's broken. He clips me, sends me into the barrier. Nothing happens to him. Oh my Christ. I can also tell you guys that I drive much, much better in VR. Oh my God, not again. Again, I wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna get hit with a penalty. I can't even think straight because I think I got rear-ended 2 or 3 times in this race and got spun out. I got as high as I think I got as high as 5th place. Just added me? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Finished ninth. So, with that being said, 11,000. Oh, okay, that's gonna save the world for 10 laps. What do we got here? Oh, roulette. Let's go ahead and open up that roulette. We know what we're gonna get. Oh, it's only a 2-star? Oh my god. It ain't gonna be worth whatever they give me, it ain't gonna be worth it. Okay, so what am I gonna do with that? All right. I think I'm going to leave it there. Let me come back and check a couple of the comments. And I'll put this in the escapes in the meantime. I should have did that with my Ford GT because it's such a beautiful car. Okay, I feel like this is the story of my life. Keto, doing turn lips myself. Jay Harper. I've been told a lot of things are surprisingly easy to do in VR. I think it's easier to race in VR because you have 360-degree view, so you can look around and you can see a curve way down there, so you can plot out how you're going to approach that curve. Versus when you race on flat screen, you can kind of only see what's dead in front of you, and so sometimes you don't see curves until you get right up on them. So 5th place, and then ramming started. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I definitely want to thank you all for tuning in. So I think all in all, I think the game is still fun. I just don't really care for the monetization schemes. Is it possible for you to camera middle top so we can see? We got another bot here. Okay, 1 second, folks. I had to get rid of the bot. Take care, man. Hit the sack. It's 2:30 there. Okay, you must be in the UK somewhere. I think your chat overlay is busted. That's just PS5. I think that's an issue with the PS5 because when people type in really long comments, it doesn't completely show, and that's why I got my phone here so I can quick look over and see the entire comment and then respond to it. So that's a PS5 thing. You know, when I race on PC and I race in VR, what I'm able to do is go to YouTube, pop the chat out, and put it inside the car with me, so it's like right there, so I can quick look down as I'm looking, down the road. So, but yeah, I most of my racing I do is on a set of course de competition, and I race in VR. So if you're new to the channel, go back and check out a couple of those races. Let me see here. I think I had just this past Friday. We do a league called ACC Friday, and we just had our season finale on Friday, and the final race was at Monza in a wet, and I actually won that race. It was a pretty good race. I raced a very clean race. I raced a very patient race. So go back and check that out. It's about a 3-hour stream. You can skip through all that. We had a total of 3 races. We had a preliminary race at at Brands Hatch. We had a preliminary race at Brands Hatch. Then we had the main race at Brands Hatch. I think I didn't do very well on those races, and then we did the final race at Monza, and it was in the wet. But I won that race, and despite it being wet, it was actually a high speed race. So, and again, I won that race, and I beat one of our faster guys. This in our group, he's one of the faster guys. I've never beat him before. I swear to God, I felt like he let me win, but he said he didn't let me win. That I just had the faster pace. So, check that out. And here we go with the bots again. Oh my God. So with that, I am going to boogie on out of here. Again, I got to help my son with some stuff tomorrow, so I'm not sure that I'll be back tomorrow. It'll probably end up being Tuesday that I'll be back. At that point, I'll be looking to do a low fuel motorsports daily race on a set of course de competizione. Great content. Just found your channel. Appreciate it, Keto. Now, I do want to forewarn you, this kind of a rant stream, I don't normally do that. I'm just normally about racing and having fun. But if you're a hardcore sim racer, then you come to the right channel, because I love sim racing, especially in VR. I also do a lot of other stuff in VR, first person shooters in VR, and a variety of other games. So if you like VR and you like sim racing, you come to the right channel. So I just had to speak up on this Gran Turismo situation because I do like the game, and I think it's a shame um, how the monetization scheme on this game is like tarnished the legacy of this game. So, but it's still fun. It's still a fun game. I can't promise how much I'll be doing these Gran Turismo streams. I guess it'll just happen when it happens. If it wasn't for these microtransactions, I could almost guarantee that I would do at least 2 of these streams a week. But now I guess it just depends on what side of the bed I get up on. So I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here. Thanks everybody for watching, and for the new subs, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you again on the next stream. And with that, you guys know the line: Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces. We will see you all soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.